What's up, SNA fans? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another SNA podcast video, and this is the SmackDown review video on April 12th. We're going to be talking about what exactly went down on the Friday Night SmackDown right after WrestleMania, the post-show SmackDown. I think I've got to put a hashtag for that, but I guess none of that matters right now. But yeah, we're going to talk about what exactly went down. I'll say it wasn't like how we would expect it to be, like except for one thing, which was the big surprising debut, which we talked about on the wrestling news video today. But we didn't see no legends making no returns. Let me be a puny inch of a spoiler right there, by the way. But yeah, we saw a surprising debut that's been rumored to that was rumoredly reported just hours ago and maybe a day ago, or maybe from the past couple of days. But that's about it, and only on who's exactly going to be facing Cody Rhodes at Backlash, which they did a triple threat tournament earlier, which we saw who's going to be in the finals. We're going to get to that in just a sec, but we're going to start off on tonight's SmackDown with the recap of WrestleMania 40, especially Night 2's main event when Cody Rhodes finally finished his story and became the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, now just WWE Champion, because they dropped the Universal part because Cody wouldn't be known as just WWE, and two, and they want to make it just WWE Championship because they have the second belt still. Is the returning World Heavyweight Championship that's been an active belt for the last 11 months. Yeah. But yeah, and also, and two, we got the undisputed, and they dropped the undisputed because it's not more than one belt, so it's go back as just the WWE champion. Even though they kind of do still call it the undisputed WWE because it's been two belts, but now it's all in one. But anyways, let's get started with the current WWE champion getting into the ring, with fans are chanting, "You deserve it, you deserve it." Right after they sing along his song when he was entering the ring, and that's where he had the WWE championship around his arm, right? I believe in his right shoulder, I believe. But yeah, this is where fans were cheering for Cody. This is where Cody Rhodes was Detroit crowd, what do you want to talk about? It's very rare for him to say that on SmackDown because he's more of a Raw guy from the last 2 years. But now that he's the undisputed champion, he's kind of somewhat of a free agent, considering it's the SmackDown exclusive champion. He was a Raw wrestler, but now he can make appearance on either Raw or SmackDown till the draft on what show he's going to be on exclusively, which that'll be at the end of this month. And this is where he's like, and yeah, I know what I want to talk about. Like this past Monday on Raw, I was been talking about what I need to say is your new WWE champion, but I got interrupted by, you guessed it, the final boss, The Rock. Fans not like that. They start booing. Like they were continuing to chant Rocky sucks, Rocky, even though he's not going to be in the program with the final boss or the People's Champ, whatever you want to call him, probably not until August at SummerSlam. But yeah, they still chanted if he's still going to be making some on-screen appearances for a while, but he's not going to be on the show for probably not in the next I believe 2 to 4 months, I guess you could say, but because he's going to be on set of making that MMA movie, and he's going to be not going to be able to be in any angles or matches until the biggest party of the summer. But anyway, that's where Cody Rhodes. I was just thinking about somebody that I know, somebody who happens to be from Detroit. And what would they say? I think a little something goes something like this: "Who the hell do you?" And he's like, "Who do you think you are?" When it's open mic night, BITCH. And then this is where fans are cheering, yeah. And I cannot remember or recall who's the guy that's from Detroit that says that. I was like, I'm not sure if it's a Rob Van Dam or Rhino or maybe or some kind of a old school legendary wrestler that said that. But yeah, he said that catchphrase. right, which was very goofy as hell, but yeah, it has some kind of a very good ring into it in some way. I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, this is where Cody Rhodes then continue on his mic and say like yeah, Kevin Owens got into me, like I guess Kevin Owens got into me, but I guess the Rock ha, the or even the Rock got into his head, but the mood has changed tonight in my head, and I instantly knew what it was and there was a wartime of something that I've gifted to the Rock, and you know what that was because I was uncomfortable. Like it was uncomfortable and awkward, perhaps, which he said out loud because yeah, he understood where the fans were coming from. Yeah, but yeah, be honest, baby. I think most baby faces does that, especially when they try to hear and understand and give the fans what they want, like in a way that would be good for the company as well, right? But she's like, yeah. Right, but when The Rock said he's gonna go off back to Hollywood making his movies, what made me unsettled the most was yeah.
I need my clothes out.
You need your clothes out
Put that on.
from the on you. Okay, no problem.
And you go down with me. It's too dark.
Yeah.
I want them on point. Good.
But yeah, this is where Cody Rhodes then said, was like, he said but what made me unsettled what The Rock said is once he comes back here to WWE, he's gonna be looking for me for a challenge for my championship, and then this is where fans yeah, if we haven't already guessed we're gonna if imagine what would happen if The Rock did came back sooner rather than later, which that's in the next few months. I'll tell you, yeah, I keep saying, obviously. But anyways, this is where he's I guess if it hadn't been for The Rock, I guess I wouldn't be sitting here as the WWE champion. And then this is where and the fans yeah, you gotta give credit when it's due. But anyway, this is where Cody Rhodes that's a but that's a rear view to be looking forward to, of The Rock and when The Rock's gonna come back here and then possibly gonna challenge me for my championship. But for right now, I'm looking for a challenge. Who exactly is gonna see who's gonna be my next challenger or my first challenger for my championship. Let me rephrase that at Backlash, which that's in the beginning of May, which they're gonna be in Lyon, France. I believe that's how the city's pronounced in France. But correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. But anyways. This is where then fans are cheering yeah, we're wondering who exactly that be, and I thought it would possibly be somebody from somebody that I used to team with, which they call themselves the Legacy. Obviously, it's not going to be Ted DiBiase Jr. because he's in prison for stealing all the charity money or something like that. Not trying to sound ignorant, but just saying, I hear from the wrestling news. But anyways, yeah. But I thought it would be a particular Legacy member that was a mentor to him. But I guess I was wrong because Cody Rhodes announced there will be it'll be 6 competitors that's going to be wrestling in 3-way matches. Two 3-way matches in a tournament to see who's going to be determined to face the American Nightmare for the WWE Championship. But he's and that could be anybody. It could be a Santos Escobar. It could be Rey Mysterio. It could be a Bobby Lashley. It could be a AJ Styles. It could be Kevin Owens. Or he could be the guy that's very over right now. That the man y'all would say, LA, not in the fans chant. Yeah, obviously. right? But I'm ready for anybody that's gonna be set. I'm ready for anybody that can prove that they're more their championship material. Here you go, Birdie Bird. Okay, I'm helping you out. Okay, but anyways, yeah. And this where he's like, and this and he talking about Kevin Owens. He said a good old friend of mine, Kevin Owens, and he even said that he is better than me, and bell to bell 1-on-1, but. And he was like, but I have this to say, Kevin. There's only one way to put the one way to see if that's true. And then is that and that one way is to find out if that's if that is the case, if you can come face to face with me for this championship. But and he was like, and now I'm also what else I'm thinking is we are very sold out right now here in Detroit, Michigan, and tonight, and it's in the living room, it's in your play area. But anyways, that's where it went, the toy box. But anyways, yeah, this is where and this is where he's like, and I'm glad that I'm glad I'm here and you guys are here because I am ready to see each and every one of you here tonight on this wonderful Friday. And then fans were chanting for Cody after he said that and cheering graciously. This is where and this is where he's like, and there's an old saying goes if you come at the king, you best not miss. And then this is where fans yes, and that was the case here at this year's Mania when you step foot at the metaphoric king, but metaphoric king, and you dethrone him in his title to be the king, and that's dethroning him being the new undisputed WWE Universal Champion. But yeah, this after he started talking about that, this is where he then went on to get to the point that what's the next in this story is WWE Champion, and that's in Friday Night SmackDown. He's like, there's a full pack roster here in the Blue brand, they claim to be familiar with me, but make it be easy for you guys. My name is Cody Rhodes. What is that once. He once was undesirable and became undeniable, and now your new undisputed WWE Universal Champion. He said pretty much what he said on that part, he said on the end of his promo from this past Monday on Raw. But what are your thoughts on this in-ring promo, in the first SmackDown after this year's WrestleMania and the 40th year anniversary? Let me know in the comments down below about that. But anyway, this is where we got them showing Bayley coming from that's coming inside the building, is the new WWE Women's Champion. This is where we saw the LWO coming in there, because Rey Mysterio have a big match in the main event, which is against Kevin Owens and AJ Styles, to see who's gonna face either LA Knight, Santos Escobar, and Bobby Lashley. That's what it was. But this is where we also saw the Bloodline. They walked past the Roman Reigns' old locker room, which is now Cody Rhodes' huge locker room because he's now the SmackDown champion, and whoever's the WWE champion on the SmackDown brand, they're gonna have the biggest locker room in the building. Okay, you gotta make it even, Birdie Bird, like this.
Yeah. No. Oh.
But anyways, let's continue about. Just make it even, Birdie Bird. But anyway, this is where Kevin Owens hilariously came in there. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, boy. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I wish I could invite you in, but this locker room's for whoever's friends with the new champion only." Really? You really wanted Rogers? Tossed it over there? Seriously? Oh, there it is. Excuse me. Okay, back to the review video. This is where Kevin Owens hilariously went inside Cody Rhodes' locker room. and meet up with and then this is where Solo Sikoa then angrily said, like, I'll take care of Kevin Owens. This is where Paul Heyman's like, no, Solo, like, listen to me, Solo, like, winning is or he's like, winning and this is where he's like, now, Solo, like, let me tell you this. Like, winning and losing matters here in WWE. Like, there are consequences to losing. Like, and we lost, like, and he's like, we lost at Mania. And that's the champion's locker. Like, locker room, yeah. And Cody Rhodes is currently your new undisputed WWE champion. And coming to that locker. Like, and he's like, and that locker room has to represent on the champion and what level is the champion on. Like, and that used to belong to the bloodline. Like, and that's the order of the tribal chief. Like, well, was order of the tribal chief. Like, and this is where he put his hand out, like, I'm just the messenger, just telling you so he wouldn't get spiked. I was like, even if he did something provoking, I don't think the enforcer would did anything about it because he's the wise man of his cousin, the tribal chief. Trey, you stop. I know you're upset, but you don't have to take it out on the poor animal. But anyway, this is where we got the first match, which I'll give it. I'll give the second best match of the night, even though it wasn't like the most exciting SmackDown, but it was the most interesting one. Rather, you would expect to see a couple of returns, like from legendary wrestlers that formerly used to work in WWE, or some kind of like some more debuts than they had on one angle on here on SmackDown. But I'm gonna get to that right after this match with LA Knight against the almighty Bobby Lashley against Santos Escobar. But let's start off with the match, which it was just a three-way, nothing but a three-way butt whooping fest. Let me rephrase that. A three-way ass kicking fest. Let me rephrase that because I'm allowed to say ass. Well, I technically kind of make the rules, but I'm trying to make sure to be on the limit of saying the swear words. Like, but I think that's a minor word to say, like in the levels of swear words when it comes to making content like this. But this is where we got the match. This is where we start off like with everybody going after pretty much everybody, like with Bobby Lashley going after Santos, and then Santos Knight, and then Knight with Bobby, or Knight with Santos, Santos Bobby, Bobby with Knight. You get the ordeal of every man for himself concept until Bobby Lashley throws Santos out of the ring. That's where he started beating the sense into him, like what like he was doing the carrying cross this past Sunday, like, and this is where he brought him back in the ring, put him out on the top rope in the upper left side. This is where we got Bobby Lashley start hitting big right hands right into the face of the leader of Legado del Fantasma. This is where he goes up right on the top rope. This is where Bobby Lashley was like, "Yeah, Almighty," and then this is where he goes right up, go for a suplex. Luckily, he wasn't doing it to Kevin Owens because there would be no chance in hell if he did it to the prize fighter. Even though Bobby Lashley's kind of like double times bigger than the prize fighter. But anyway, this is where Santos Escobar started reversing and started punching Bobby right in the midsection and pushes him right off. But this is where LA Knight jumps in, and like as soon as Bobby got knocked down off the top rope. And this is where LA Knight tried to go for suplex, but Bobby Lashley simply got back up, put his head right between Knight's legs when he tried to attempt to go for a suplex to Escobar, power bombs him while Knight suplexed him right off on the top rope in the upper left side. This is where Bobby Lashley goes for a pin, while taking advantage of the moment. But this is where we got Santos Escobar kicks out at 2.2. This is where Bobby Lashley was like, yeah, I know that was not my signature move, but still, like, that should have got him nearly so close to the point that getting the 3 count. But this is where we got Bobby Lashley like, oh, like no matter, like I got plenty more moves left in me. Where that came from. This is where we got. This is where Bobby Lashley then right up on the. Okay. What did I do with that other one? What did I do with that? But anyways, let's talk about more on the triple threat match, which I'll give it the second best match. But this is where we got Bobby Lashley nearly got the win with the Dominator right onto Santos Escobar. But this is where LA Knight did a double drop kick right onto the left knee of the Almighty to stop him from getting. Like, so he wouldn't get the easy victory against leader of Legado del Fantasma. This is where the megastar to try to go for a swinging crucifix slam or crucifix driver. That's what the other name for it. Where he tried to go for a pinfall, a crucifix pinfall. But this is where we got Santos kicks him right in the side with the save. This is where Santos Escobar then hit a big forearm right to the face. And yeah, even though he went for the save, he wasn't doing it for Bobby's benefit, obviously. He was doing it for his own benefit, so he can earn himself a spot in the finals to be his number one contender for next week's match. Match to see who's going to be determined to face the American Nightmare. But anyway, this is where we got Santos hit the double knees right into the diagonal corner in the upper right side, like when he was coming from the bottom left side, bottom left side to the upper right. Double knees to Bobby. This way he went to the other side, right into the bottom right side to go towards the upper left side, and hit the double knees right on the LA Knight as well. That's where he thought he had the up. This is where he thought that he was gonna get the victory because he got him right up on the shoulders, trying to go for the Phantom Driver right on the LA Knight, but LA Knight flips out of it, pushes him right to the bottom corner. This is where he hits him with a big power slam, like a move that's kind of like a signature move, but it's just a comeback move, I believe, like something that he does when he's making a comeback, which that was the case right here. Except he wasn't going for those running striking attack moves, though he just did like that. And this is where he hits the signature move, the LA Knight elbow drop that he usually do. Like it looks kind of like the people's elbow, but it's like his version of it. But this is where LA Knight, after he did that, this is where he started chanting, "Whose game is this, everybody?" And this is where fans chanting his name. Right after that, this is where he tried to go and punch his ticket to get to the finals, like of hitting his finishing move, which is called the Blood Force Trauma, or BFT for short. This is where he tried to go. This is where he nearly got the job done, and he would have gotten away with it sooner if it wasn't for them meddling the meddling Legado kids. And this is where they start what's that jumping him, start stomping on him. The referee didn't call for the bell because this was a triple threat match. And nowadays in wrestling, like three-way matches are no DQ. So there could be plenty of interference, or you could use some weapons. You could do whatever you want without getting disqualified. So that was the case right here, and yeah, Donald Del Fantasma took advantage of this opportunity to get the unfair advantage like over the megastar. This is where Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo then yeah, after they got done stomping him, they pick up LA Knight. This is where it pushes him right into the face of what's his name, Santos. This is where he started hitting right hands right onto Angel, and then went to Humberto, and Humberto started hitting some right hands right into the side. But this is where he started hitting him right to the face hard until we got what's his name? We got Angel Garza and hit a chop block shin breaker or trip right onto Lashley. This is where they started stomping on him, doing a double team onto him like they're doing the LA Knight. But luckily, we got the street. This is where Bobby Lashley had backup, and yeah, and I'm not sure if what's their names the El Legado del Fantasma did not know this or not. But this but they did but they figured out the hard way when they saw the Street Profits coming in there, the even odds, and they successfully did their wrestling math, and it was very successfully correct because it was three of them against one vulnerable Bobby Lashley. Like, and this is where they saw this, and this is where they came in and started beating the hell out of them and send them on the outside, getting step up insecurities, back elbows right into the face. This is where they hit their double dives right onto. This is where they try to go for a double dives until Electro Lopez stops them. This is where Angel Dawkins is like, oh, really? Like, you're gonna stop me? Like, oh, like you do not know who we have on our side. Like you may be a girl on the Team Legado side. Like we got somebody that's a killer in our women's side of the Pride. And this is where we saw her like came from behind of Electra Lopez and hit a big pump kick right in her face, like boom, B-Fab right from behind. And this is where she had her role. This is where Angelo Dawkins did try to go for a big pounce right on the Humberto Carrillo, but it was all just an elaborate trap to lure him in to do their dirty work onto them, like which they basically just murked poor Angelo Dawkins with a pop-up knee right to the ribs. I guess that was over for the poor Street Profit member. Like, and yeah, and we could possibly hear somebody in the crowd of Team Ricardo said, "Finish him." And I was like, "Oh no, don't do it, no fatality." But luckily, before they can even do fatality, this is where we saw Angelo Dawkins' teammate Montez Ford go right up in the heavens and landed right onto both Humberto and Angel. But this is where Bobby Lashley was kind of too distracted at the moment of the clash on the ringside area. This is where we saw him